Now we address the idea, the concept of reinvesting the retained earnings, what the company is doing with the retained earnings. And amongst all the books and the concepts, and the one I read with Buffettology with Mary Buffett, this one it challenged me in my financial mind, and I like it very much. I hope I will be able to transfer that knowledge to you. Um, Okay, so in her book, Mary Buffett took the example of Coca-Cola, and she deconstruct the analysis of it. She was maybe with Buffett at the time, or his son, and she overheard about that. But anyway, we have that to put our teeth in today. In 1983, the Coca-Cola company was producing earning per share (EPS) of 17 cents a share. The earning per share, if you accumulate them, you sum them up from 1983 to 1993, it is $4.44 a share that the company has earned. They paid in dividend during that time $1.89. So they made 444. They paid a dividend of 189. So they have the retained earning. The retained earning is what is in their books. The retained earning was $2.55. In 1993, the earning per share, the curve was pretty smooth. It was not Amazon-like or Bombardier-like. It was more Royal Bank-like. It was something of a nice, smooth curve. So you can have a sense that it was normal. So in 1993, the earning per share were 84 cents. So it came from 17 cents to 84. So the increase of the earning per share was 67 cents. So it was 84 cents in 1993, 17 cents in 1983. It is an increase of 67 cents. So that means that the retained earning had a yield of 26%. That is 67 cents divided on $2.55. Because in Buffett's mind, if the company, when it's making money, it has two choices. It has the choice to pay it back to the owners, to the shareholders by a dividend. When you do that, you create two problems. The first problem is you have to pay the income tax on the dividend. The second problem is if you don't want a dividend, you have to reinvest it and to find a way to reinvest that dividend. So it creates two problems, but at least it's not just paper profits, it is real profit and real money that comes to you in the form of a dividend. So at least it is reassuring. So the company paid that $1.89 of dividend, but you keep the $2.55 for me. I am the shareholders. I'm letting you reinvest that $2.55. What does it give me? It gave the shareholder in that sense a 26% yield because the company was able to increase the earning per share. So me as an owner, I see my shares earning more and more money. So I'm happy and I want to continue to have those shares because they are earning me more money. If I own the whole company, I don't see shares. I see the profit that I make. So for Buffett, having shares or having the whole company is the same thing. And I like that concept. I never saw that like that before. So I like that concept. And that goes to show you how he thinks about the money the company makes. So, and then he said, yeah, they are doing a good job about that. So he committed himself to buy 200 million shares of Coca-Cola at the time. Take a more close to home example. We take the bank, CIBC Bank, and the earning per share and the return earning. So, what we have the earnings per share of from 2006 to 2016. The first column, you have $7.34 until we have $71. The company, CIBC, had paid dividends from 2000 of $40, of course, and the retained earnings are $30. So $30 of retained earning. The stock valuation in that time went from $70 to $109. So you can see, I don't know, that the stock at least has in it the value of the retained earning because the retained earning are in the books, are in the balance sheet per stock. And the stock went from 70 to 109. If you add $30 to the $70, you have $100. So there is a little premium on that. So the earning per share growth, if you look at that of the CIBC, it is now $10.70. It was $7.34. So the earning had growth $3.36 per share. The retain, we just saw it, are $30. The yield is 10%. You take $3.36 divided by 30. You have 10% of return. And the stock growth, the stock had grown from $70 in 2006 to $109. That is a value of $39 of growth. And it is, in his book, it has $30 of retained earning. So there is a little premium, not a big premium, but at least the market recognized that the retained earnings in the stock are worthwhile, and they are evaluating it that way. We look at another example, or we can almost say a counter example of Bombardier. Same thing, 2006 to 2016, the earning per share actually is negative. If you have some earnings in the beginning, but at the end, you have a negative earning per share of 93 cents. On top of that, you had paid dividends during some time of 66 cents. So you have a negative of $1.59 of retained earnings. And the stock went from $3.89 to $2.16. So it went down by almost the same amount. If we look at that this way, the earning growth was negative 61 cents. The retained earning was negative 159. There is no yield, no return on that. And the stock growth has been a minus $1.73 versus, if you compare, to minus 159 in retained earnings. And my last example, I haven't done that since the beginning, but still we are talking about Warren Buffett. And I have some data on Berkshire Hathaway's stock. So we'll look at it right now, just to capture and to do something different. So the Berkshire Hathaway stock, the book value was in 2002, it was $41,000. Now it is at the Q3 of 2017, we are at $189. The market value was $72,000. It's now at the end of Q3 2017, it was at $295. And you can see the book to market ratio on your right. It has always been around 1.74, 1.4, 1.8, and it's been around, in 2010 it's been around 1.06. And that, why I'm telling you that is because that's when Buffett was a little bit not sad, but he was not angry, but he said, okay, that's not correct. The market is not giving us enough credit, so he instilled a buyback program to buy shares back. He's not the biggest fan of that, but he said that if the stock goes beyond 1.10, and now he has adjusted to 1.20, 1.2 times the book value, if the stock tumbled below that, the company will buy it back. And Buffett is a value investor, so he will put his money where his mouth is, and he will tell Berkshire to buy back, so to take the retained earnings, and instead of paying a dividend, to buy back stocks. And since that announcement, the market has reacted, and now they are giving Berkshire a more appropriate value, and it has been up to in the 1.37, 1.45, 1.2, 1.4, and 1.56 times the book value. But why I'm telling you that is because he was willing, and he's still willing, to take his retained earning and reinvest and buy back stocks to give it value, and now it shows. So the retained earnings are very, very important. It takes some space and some time to see all those numbers. I've given you since 2001, since 2002. It's difficult to have all those numbers easily on the web. When you go on the website of Morningstar, you used to have, when I wrote my book on Buffett in 2015, I had Morningstar and free, and it was 10 years. I can go back 10 years. It was fabulous because it was easy. It was free to go back 10 years. Now they have put the pressure. I can go back 10 or 15, but you have to pay an annual or a monthly fee. It's not free anymore. Morningstar gives you 5 years. Most of websites will give you 4 years. 5 is very rare. So I'm glad to give you those examples. It's easier. You can see that it is easier for a value investor to see a bigger picture when we have more data. So value investor don't go usually with companies that have 1, 2, or 3 years of statement, because you don't know, it is a startup and it's not that type of capital. It's not that type of investment. It's not seed money. It's not speculative. It's just long term. So we continue on the next